Hello and welcome. Right, we have the fertilising to do. I promise that's what we're going to do next session. So let's get it sorted. Let's get the grass done. Now then, are we going to? I'm trying to think. What are we going to do with that field? Are we going to keep it grass and buy other fields, or? Yeah, I mean, we have lost a lot of fields with turning those others into grass. The plan was never to keep them like that forever, but we have. I mean, now we have got 8, 9, 10, and 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've replaced those really. Do we? What about 16 and 17? Those are just beyond the grass fields. Now we've got narrows on, so I'm not worried. But yeah, not that. No, I'm not going on there anyway. Right. Now we should have. Yeah, this is not. Shouldn't be the 42-meter spread because that's way too much for any field on this map. I think that we've seen so far anyway. So yeah, we've also got that little tiny bit of where those trees are, which we probably we should have done in the winter, but I rushed through it. But we've done a lot of little logging forestry work on this. So I'm not really. That looks like it is actually. Just switch that on. No, it's 30. No. It is. Yeah, it's just. It's got it's even 30 meters. There's quite a wide spread on this. Yeah. Of course. Yes, the damage. Yeah. Well, we needed to do this, didn't we? I knew I did. Yeah. It looks all right. I think I've covered it completely. So. Now that I expected to be there, but the other I didn't. That was annoying. Did I switch? No, did I switch that? No, I'm going to say I haven't moved the silage while it's processing in the clamp. I was going to say. Oh dear. Right. That is true. We'll have a quick look as well while we're doing this, and we'll have a quick look at those two fields at the top. I do want to join those bottom fields like we have the others into one in time, though. Yeah, I'm trying to make not tiny fields because I find well, not all. On some of the Polish maps, and the fields are small to medium. I would say this is small. Yeah, nearly everything is small. I mean, we've joined this and it's now a medium field, but even that, it not by any stretch of the imagination is this large. Well, there are still trees though. Yeah, that's one of them. These two here. That one's not actually used, is it? That one has got barley in it. We could still plant in time. It is still only April. We could whiz over that and actually leave the fertiliser out. Oh, actually no, because our has got fertiliser anyway, so that's not really a problem. Although we could do it in May. I've just checked the animals. I couldn't remember if I'd done them or not, but yeah, I did. Right, fantastic. Right, so then, let's get those two bought. 16 and 17. Yes. Oh, that's bigger than it looks. Okay, that's so. That's got. Has that got more trees than I'm thinking of? Is it quite a large tree job? Ah, it is. Oh wow. Yeah, this is it all the way back here. So I would say even we could lease a proper tree harvester when this field is empty. I think we might actually do a tiny bit of forestry with the. It's a lizard, but it's what is the manufacturer? Actually, I think I've got the lizard version. Malware. It is the Malware, and we've got the Lizard version. I think. I'm sure for some reason I chose the Malware, and it's not classed as the Malware, as in like it's Lizard. Yeah, that one there. The Lizard 560F is really the Malware. I think that is perfect for this map. I've tried the Buncher. That is my favourite. I would have always said the Scorpion, but I absolutely love that. That's fantastic. I use that on Silver, and it is amazing. Or do we use these? No, that would blow us. That would literally, yeah. I mean, they are fantastic in so much as, yeah. Yeah, all of them can't process very large trees. None of them are very large trees, though. Yet the Malware is perfect. Yeah, it's. I think that's not a bad idea. Right, let's get this done. So this is. Yeah, no, we've got no till. We're not worried. We are not worried about that. Right, let's grab the. In fact, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Oh, that's important. The one thing I never thought of with doing this kind of deep cultivator. The front cultivator, this one actually does. This is going to tip up stones, isn't it? I didn't see them on that one, but yeah, I would say that is true. I never thought of that. That is very, very true. Right, fold. Please don't make a mistake. In fact, you know something. For once, A. just to make sure. Not that I don't know, but yeah, and you sometimes get your wire, or I get my wires crossed sometimes, and I press the wrong one. Now remember, you're tugging that massive. Yeah, it is a little large for this. Yeah, that it's weird to say that because it's not really large, but it is really large for this. I can see why 3 meters is probably would, or 4 perhaps, maybe 4. I mean, I've used 4 meters. I used that on Hobo Solid for an absolute age. The 4 meters. Now then, that's true. We're not using our new one, are we? I don't think we need to actually use the cultivator because this is no till. We did need to use it for the other one. We will feature that though, but yeah, this is slightly bigger and will be slightly quicker. But yeah, what can we actually? I don't know why I jumped out of the tractor there. What about corn? I'm going sorghum. Doesn't that follow the model for our production? Can't you do sorghum seed? You can. Let's go sorghum. I do sorghum so very little. It's one of those crops that and I do like it. Yeah. So in the winter we will. I'm going to release the tree devourer for that type of tree, and the Malware. The Malware won't touch that anyway. So yeah. Right. Let's lower that. It should be absolutely fine on this because it's no till. Yeah, we see there's an awful lot to this field that is more. We could definitely. No, I'm going to hook that tree now. There's definitely more to this field than we've actually got. An awful lot more. Let's hook left, get that little tiny bit done there. Did I not quite grab that right? That looks as if it's still got stubble on it. Wally. You Wally. Yeah, that was. That was right. I don't know what was going on in my brain there for me not to receive a signal that was, yeah, my bad. Sometimes you just get so in the zone that yeah, all other things are gone. That's my only excuse. Little tiny bit. Right, come on, let's tidy up. Let's just that little bit around that side. I'm not sure if I've got the turning circle with having this on my nose like this. It's a yeah. Oh well, there's a bit there that doesn't look like it's quite right. Yeah, it's got like stalks still coming through. We have been on it, but it doesn't quite look like it's taken right. Let's do that corner as well, but being very careful. Reverse, I think. Wrong way. I know I'm small, it's just I was trying to. In fact, yeah, we are a little. Let's just get that little tiny bit of a corner. Do you know, I'm usually better at this than this. I don't know what I'm playing at. And it's not like I actually like articulated tractors as well. I'm normally alright with them. Right. Last bit. I'm going to do that again there though. That looks a little bit suspect. Like we didn't quite... We did pull over it right, but it doesn't look like it took properly. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we've done it now. That does look properly done. Right, so yeah, sorghum. Yeah, there's a few little bits around the edge. We might need to smooth, perhaps. We shall see. I know. As long as the harvester and that can manage the rough ground, I'm happy. Did we? Yes, we did lift it. Not to be redoing grass again. Right. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick this where we usually do. It really is a perfect place for it. It has got to remain outside because, as I say, really, with it being a 5.2 metre, it's just a little bit too large, really. Yeah, it's too big for it. Obviously, I think this was meant for 4 metre equipment, and it really is more than adequate, really. But it's just that this is such a good starting seeder. The 4.5 metre we've got now is probably perfect for this map, and I will use that. It's just that it's difficult, isn't it, when you know. I suppose the other thing is you get into the habit of using what you've used, which so far has been this. Right, let's stick that in its home. And we could stick that on the edge there. It's not hurting. Yeah, because we've still got way too much equipment even for our sheds, but we will start to use those a little bit more than we are now. Let's put this next to this. Yeah, I would like to put a shed here actually. I can't see it affecting the and maybe even another one of the ones we've got, because this is our land. It's part of this field, so now we are the owners of this. We could actually utilise it more fully, definitely. Anyway, oh, that is a point. Weeds. Let's have a quick look. So I think we're going to need to weed as well, because we're just no-tilled. So let's have a look. Weeds growing then. Oh, and this one. Yeah, let's have a quick look. I don't think there are because I couldn't see any, but no, perfect. Weed growing. Right, let's quickly grab that. Let's sort that. I think the AB is the tractor for this though. It's definitely switch your engine off a second. We'll start it in the morning. We'll do that second splash of fertiliser. Oh, that, yeah, let's have a look at the other one. I would imagine it's really strange, but I've got to be honest, in FS22 the farmers seem to be very good at doing everything. Yeah, you can see the bit I've ruined. Harvested indeed. It is, yeah, well, you buy a field and it's fully fertilised. This is absolutely, needs lime as well. Right, well that we can do now, too. So let's, Bura, you're closest. And you've not had an outing. Yeah, you've had a bit of a rest. You were lead tractor. I mean, I know we had the beast for quite a while, the big 300 horsepower. 500 horsepower, isn't it? Not 300. It was 310, I think. I think it's 600 horsepower. Thinking about it, yeah. Catch up, Mr. Smith. Right, lime. I'm not sure we're going to have enough lime for this. If I remember rightly, this was the cast out. Yeah, we re-put this down, but I don't think it's even a full tub, if I remember rightly. Oh, what am I worried about? We've got 40 odd tons. We made it ourselves. This is true, we did. I remember it myself now. Yeah, let's just top this up to max. We could also be clever and do that and get the Masic, who has not showed. Yeah, he's not showed for a couple, so let's let him grab a couple of those. Really, you're not going to need that for that little field. This is true, actually. Yeah, it's a bit of overkill, but it's we've got some bags now ready for the future. That is true. I'm not. It's a tiny little field. It's not going to take more than this. Well, I don't think it is. Yeah, my farming instincts tell me that this should be more than adequate for that little field. And then we should get the weeder, and we should weed with the AB. Yeah, we're going to spread the love and not be just a single tractor show. I do like doing that anyway, I always have done. I like to, yeah, even those that are the least favourite on Ohio Richlands. Yeah, right, that's fantastic. Yeah, on Ohio Richlands, I'm not a massive fan of the John Deere we've got there because its steering's terrible. It really is awful. It's not, every time I get into it, I'm like, oh, but yeah, even that gets a fair ode. In fact, yeah, it features quite a lot. It really does, truthfully. So I do spread the love even to those. And it's only the steering I do love that, like this I've got to be honest, that really is a tractor that I shall the AB is definitely one that has gone to probably a choice for a first tractor on a Let's Play on a small map like this, where yeah, it's not, you don't need to be ultra powerful, because its versatility is like second to none. But the Bura, I've got to be honest, with being able to have that and its height of that 3-point link, is probably the perfect tractor as well. Slightly underpowered, but I do find it actually seems a little bit more powerful than the 100 horsepower. Not a lot, but a little bit more powerful than the 100 horsepower that it is. Right, so we need the weeder. So AB, I believe, is what we were looking for. Which it's got the, yeah, it has got the mowers on. We're going to put the mowers by the, well, where they were, so that I know that's their home at present until we, yeah. It's true, actually. I do like to do that on almost every Let's Play, where the grass equipment has its own set of sheds. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad idea to do that here, because our shed space is not exactly enormous. Right, this looks a little bit mucky. This is so good at steering. How could you possibly get back to that same space with just a twizzle? Amazing, a full 360. Look at that donut on the grass. That is just phenomenal. Right, weeder. I do believe we left the weeder I can see it from here, the Gorenk. It's, I've got to be honest, I love this. Mr. Silly P often used to do that on European maps. He'd try and use Eastern European, yeah, the Russian map. And he tried to use equipment. Or, I mean, not all of our equipment is. And obviously in Russia, they still have non-Russian equipment. So it's not like it's strange not to have. But yeah, we've got a lot of Rosomash, Gorenk, Eastern European stuff that actually is quite authentic, and I like that. I haven't forgotten we've got that little shallow cultivator as well. It's just they can't use that on the front. I was thinking that we could use the 4.5 metre and that 4.5 metre on the front, but right, weeder. Let's unfold. See, most of the time I remember the things that sometimes they're lower instead of unfold. There we go. Right, let's get this weeder. I do like this as well, the Gorenk, because it does sort of leave little marks. Let's just lower that. I'm not quite right. Yeah, it does, sort of almost like it's got a little marker on the right hand side. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on the lime bit, but yeah, I've noticed it a lot on the other fields. I can actually follow it, which is really useful. I don't think I've seen that on any other weeder, like this kind of weeder, mechanical weeder. Yeah, this is definitely the piece of equipment you want when you're turning sharp corners. It's so nimble. I know it's supposed to be, that was its sort of strength, but it really is fantastic. Right, we started here, I think. So that means 6 meters, that is about there. I can't, yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right mark that I normally see. Let's lift that and let's do it properly. I think just one in the middle now, and I reckon that is it. All's done. Our job is then complete. Yeah, so you can see it better on a normal field where there's like no... Right, let's fold that away. I think we'll... no, we won't put it under that tree. Yeah, I do think that we ought to utilise some of the outland that we've got as well. Maybe, no, because that's got the road here. Although I don't suppose, yeah, this is quite a large headland here. You could put one of those little mini sheds on there. I do believe the land is ours. No, it's not actually. It's a... Can you even buy that? I don't think you can. No, you can't. No, it's not ours. It's no, it literally. I mean, I could build on it. Nobody's going to complain either at the council or anything. But yeah, let's stick to what is classed as ours. This is here because that is actually on the side of our field. But yeah, so we could put a couple even, or maybe even a slightly different design, a little bit larger. Not, yeah, let's not cover that. Let's stick that just there. We may have to tree devour these if we're going to utilise this a little bit more fully though, and we're going to put a shed here. Fantastic. I'm still zoomed out a little bit too far on, so I'm a bad habit of mine. I mean, I even fertilise. I'm trying not to do that where you go from a great height always. Now we're going to need the AB in the morning. It is my favourite yard tractor because of its nimbleness. I like the Bura. The Bura is very nimble, but this is especially nimble. It is. This is not your run of the mill nimble. This is super duper nimble. Now then we're going to need that. Yeah, it's funny on a Let's Play. You usually start with an 8-tonner. And you make do with an 8-tonner for a while, and then, you know, like now you've got... I keep looking at the 8-tonner and thinking, I'll put straw in it. I think, yeah, but no, but I've got to go twice. It's weird when you do get a choice to go beyond that. I don't mean there's never a... But it's weird how 8 tons really is tiny. You sort of like... that won't be a lot. You won't get all of that in. But I suppose what we could do is actually not... And I don't mean fill this. Yeah, but let's put some in ready for the morning. Let's use this nimble. Yeah, I know that has made such a difference with those gates. Oh, I did do some damage. I did go over that. Yeah, that's with the. I think it was. I think that was after the gates were gone. I think I made a mistake with one of them. I'm sure, I vaguely remembering. I thought, oh, I think I've got away with it, but you can see I actually didn't. No, it really did get me. Right. Oh, that is really weird. That's clearly over that. Why is that not reading that 2.4 tons of that? It should really pick that up. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah, we may as well not treat it as a real 30 tonner. I'm not trying to use this. I know I could, and I know I bought it, but it goes against my principles of going over large. I wouldn't have bought this. I would have bought it because it's in the sales, but yeah, I would never choose to buy this. I would want to treat it as a 30 tonner. I know I did put 40 something tons. I wasn't paying attention properly, but yeah, when I'm thinking about it, I don't want to really go like that. I want this to be yeah. Right, where did the lorry's in the yard? I remember seeing it. We passed it. Right, so let's go grab. Yeah, we're not just going to keep this one, but we'll stick. Let's go grab the Bureau again. Ah, you're on that. The Massey will do fine. And let's start the lorry. Let's get everybody in place. So you're our manure jobby. We could also, I suppose, that is true. I have not utilised this as fully as I could have done, because this can do both, really. Although, yeah, I did it for speed more than anything. And I also think that the little Zeta is more than capable of doing that, so it can get the job. I looked in editing and thought, why did you demote the Zeta? I know it was. I think I was just trying to show the Fendt, but I thought, you know, that little thing deserves an outing as well. As in, like, even no matter how, it might only be 25 horsepower, but you can use them for some things. They are still usable. Right, we want straw. Right, let's grab those. Yeah, we need the Massey. Let's just not ignore that. Let's grab the Massey and shift those bags out of the way a bit. We've got the tool, and it's got a weight as well. So really, this is more. You could utilise this a little bit more because of the weight on the back. It's not a standard one. This could actually lift more than it should lift because of the weight. I mean, it's fairly heavy anyway, but yeah, it's 7.1 tons. Yeah, this has changed my mind about skid steers, but then not all skid steers are created equal. Yeah, I could cope with this again. It's nice, if a little slow, but yeah, for around a yard, that's not really a problem. Should be able to attack. Ooh, why? I don't know why it's doing that. This snatchy thing. Yeah, I've never known it to do that before. It really is quite awful. In fact, yeah, we could actually just leave this and just put it on the edge of fields, because I think they can actually fill from that. Right. Yeah, I don't like starting the Zeta a few minutes before. Not that it takes a few minutes, but it is one of those slow starts that really, yeah, just take to me, it seems an interminable age, because I'm such an impatient person. Yeah, it seems forever. Right, fantastic. Let's get these on, and please follow me properly. No, don't go to the fence. I don't know what on earth the Fendt GT was doing, why it went into the fence. Right, we want to put you on follow. Oh, every single session you hear me clack the keyboard. What is this about? Yeah, there. That obviously, yeah, I went over one time. Did I do it there as well? I did. That's actual damage. That's bizarre. Oh, yeah, well, it is me. Yeah, it is possible. Oh, okay. Oh. Do you know, these drivers need sacking. Terrible. Well, I did do a runner. See if the Zeta. Now, see that lady? There's nothing wrong with that lady's driving. Well, yeah, she did go a little bit too tight, and she would have caught it on that post. But apart from that, this is quite a nimble tractor for such an old tractor. Obviously not powerful, but it's more than adequate for this type of job. I've often said that about yard tractors. You can have little tiny old tractors that will do a lot of little jobs like this. Just remember that that's, you know, what they can do. Is there any in there already? There is a little. Right. We are poised for action in the morning, so that is all we've got to do today. We shall sleep until the morning. Yeah, I have done everything. I've even sowed the new field, the one that we needed to, and 8 o'clock is perfect for this time of year. We should check the sales over my morning paper over breakfast, and then we should get on with a bit of farming. $360,000. Of course, it was the fertiliser. Yeah, do like that. The TA, isn't that? Didn't I have that on? Silver on. I think I did. It became my, yeah, one of my biggest tractors apart. Well, we had the big one, which the same as the one we've got, only the one with tracks was the lead big tractor that we had quite early on, because we hit a few jobs that just couldn't. Right, we need you. Right, I think I'm right. Let's just check. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it plainly is not. Ooh, that grass field needed fertilising. The hour one that's. So I should have done that last session. Tut tut. I would say, yeah, I think that's why I bought these 2 fields. Yeah, I was going to keep that as grass. It's convenience, and it does. We do need grass more than anything. It's still only 86 tons per cut, and we have got care wheels on, so for once I'm not going to worry about going on this. Should be good. So all of our fields are all completely fertilised. We have obviously, yeah, there's a bit of, that's true, there is the field across the road as well. If we decided we needed a little bit more grass, like if we did want to go self-sufficient for the animals, that field is only a stone throw away, really. Yeah, but I think I'm almost bordering on getting, yeah, going large. Although I suppose, yeah, with grass you do, because you've got to do more. But then we could buy a second. No, why am I rolling? Yeah, we could buy a second set of mowers and have. Yeah, we could. It's true, and we could use teams better. We've got enough tractors here to seriously. Let's have a look. It looks a bit of a strange undulating field. Yeah, I think it's only good enough for grass anyway. Yeah, you'd have to rip this big end up here for anything else, I think. How much are you? Yeah, I think so. But we will pull it in with our other fields. I know it sort of seems a loss, but I don't want to be cutting out a sequence, really. So we'll wait for this to get third stage and then... well, no, I don't think that's... I think we can pull it in. I think we should set the AB going. In fact, no, let's grab the Bureau, who is not doing anything at the minute. We'll stick the 2 mowers on and get this going whilst we go and do the animals. Yeah, I just think it's not a silly thing. We'll see how good the field is, if there's any bits it can miss and that type of stuff, because some of it looked a little bit strange. So we shall see. Yeah, and we can grab... Yeah, let's start the farm wall as well. We'll start the 2. And then we will grab... Yeah, it's weird, really. I did think about that, because I was going to go with the SIP. I've always felt the SIP was too small, but I don't feel that on this. Yeah, it literally seems to be right for the fields. You only get a couple of things off most of the fields, so... Yeah, I know, for once, the SIP seems about the right size for these type fields. I mean, what? Yeah, I don't mean that horribly either. It is fantastic, but it is one of those that drives you crazy because you get running back from the field, you know, like too many times. But I don't with it on this. That's my real point. It is what it is. It's meant for small tractors. Those that can't manage the bigger, the bigger sizes that take more horses. So it is perfect. I mean, there are a few that are slightly bigger, like the 21 tonner. Right, let's get this ready. That would probably be my choice for a first one. Apologies, I was trying not to yawn on you. I was yawning, and I thought it's nothing worse than yawning and talking at the same time. Right, let's set the mower going, and we'll do the 2 courses. I think I'll do that off camera because there's been quite a lot of bits in the middle where I've done courses, so I can cut this out. Yeah, I may eventually do that completely, but I always like to include a bit of courseplay for those who are interested. I know there are a lot of people that aren't, but then there are some people that are, and you could sort of use the way that I do things as a guide. Really, it's not as difficult. That's why I try to sort of show it, because a lot of people have got this feeling that courseplay is beyond them, and it really is very, very simple. There are a few little rules that you've got to learn, but even those, they're not like they used to be. Like, yeah, you would have had to when courseplay was, you had to be on the edge of the field like this. It used to throw them out if there was another vehicle not so long back. Now it seems to manage if there's another vehicle. I've had this on a couple of Let's Plays where I've seen one of my vehicles on the field and I'm thinking, oh, it's going to... But it doesn't anymore. I'm not saying... Yeah, it's better if it is, because I think it does do something. We need to line this as well when we've cut it. So I suppose what we could do is, even if that's in first growth stage, is cut that grass again where the animals are, and then they're not the right ones. They're out of sequence, aren't they? I suppose they are. Right, anyway, I said I was going to do this off camera, did I not? Yes, I did. Right, so I'm going to see you shortly. Right, done. I'm glad I didn't show you. I made a mistake. I knew that we'd driven over with this first, and I thought I'd literally left that, so I did the 6.5 metre course, came out of the screen and realised I'd got the 7 metre mowers on. I thought, well, I'm glad I didn't show that. Of course, I've told you about it now. Yeah, you can make silly mistakes like that. Yeah, this is also equally poised for action. Right, I'll let the mower should have finished by the time we've actually done this little lot. So it is true, though, I have got more equipment on this than I have on a big Let's Play. I just couldn't resist the... I do like the HDZ. It is a good, solid choice, and I thought, well, we did want that kind of range, and I thought it was just unbelievably reasonable that I just thought, come on, just it's not going to hurt, is it? You just could not refuse that kind of horsepower. What was it, 5,000? I think the front 3-point link cost us more cost us more than the tractor. It was quite unbelievable, really. That, oh dear, it was quite apt. Right, anyway, let the straw finish first. Although actually, you can see, can you, or does it stop the straw? I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. We shall see. It might be that the straw's full and that I was imagining it, but yeah, we shall see. No, it did fill. Right. Let's go and fill that ready for the morning while the slurry's filling, and we'll get our fertiliser business going nicely. Try and avoid the canola that we've ruined in a couple of places. Does prove my point though. I think it should have a little tiny bit more headland than it has got, even with that gone. I mean, it was an accident waiting to happen, and that's why I like to not, to do adequate headlands for that reason. Why I've always been a bit of a fan of larger headlands rather than small, for the very fact that, don't get me wrong, I don't mean you can't avoid it, it does happen, but what I mean is it's sort of one of those things that one day you're going to catch it on that tired morning when you come out, because it's just so close. Yeah, just a little tiny bit off the corner, I think, up to where the entrance is, he says as he goes over it again. I did not do that on purpose, but yes, it does prove a point. Even when focusing on the focusing upon it, you still can do it. Yeah, that's annoying. It was. Right, ready for the morning. So we've fed, we have done that, we have got the slurry. Yeah, we're going to need to come back. I think I am right as well. Let's have a look how much slurry is left. This seems to be getting a little bit more. I know they've not given birth yet, but they should be getting close now. That's bizarre. Yeah, it is. So up to 5,666 litres. So 25 tonnes of this every day, which is good, because it was a little less. That is a point though. Let's have a look at our animals. It would be nice to see and to show on camera. I do try to do this. I try to be a good host so that you can see everything. Yeah, 50% reproduction. So at the back end, they should give birth, I think. It is May, June, July, August, September. Oh, before the back end, actually. Well, it is still the back end, but I meant December-ish, and it's going to be before December, I think. Yeah, I don't really feel this is struggling, if I'm honest with this, ever. It's never really given me the impression of like, oh, my life, it's tugging 20 tonnes. We can't. Oh yeah, we do. We can wait for this. It's super duper. Yeah, look at its turning circle. It's really very fantastic. Again, it's a very nimble tractor, and so therefore not one to be underestimated for certain little jobs. Yeah, they are little jobs. You wouldn't want to give it monster jobs. It'll come up short. I once tried to buckle on a fertiliser spreader and did a nosedive back. Well, not a nosedive, a reverse nosedive backwards, because it just couldn't cope with the weight. It can't. It's a very small tractor. There's not much weight heft to it. Right, so let's start that filling, and we'll take the fertiliser, the manure, and we'll put that in. Did I switch that off? I think I've left it going. Otherwise, we wouldn't have earned that extra money from 200 and odd thousand to 300 and odd thousand. Yeah, and it's on selling. It is what it is. We do very well out of it anyway. So even if the price is dropping a little bit lower, the price is still good. Yeah, that's my point. I'm not greedy. The price is like between 2,000 and 3,000, so 2,000 is still good. This is a process that happens every day, so we will sell our fertiliser more cheaply to those farmers who can't afford at the full price. We'll spread the love. Yeah, this is quite a nimble lorry. For a lorry, that is. Yeah, I like this. I would use this again. Again, and this is another thing. We haven't got a Tatra or a TLX or anything like that. We've got a little humble, good lorry. I'm not, you know, I'm just saying it seems very appropriate for the map. Our drops. I say the only thing that maybe is the 600 horsepower tractor. But again, you still do have large tractors in, and again, they would probably, well, be any manufacturer. That's what I'm saying. You don't go to Russia and you don't see a case at all. They're not all Rosselmachers or Eastern European manufacturers like HDZ, or yeah, they're not. Right, 5667, fantastic. Let's get this done completely. I do like to get it drained because it maximises our business model. That's all I'm thinking. And be careful, we don't want any more damage to this canola field at all. I do think in the back end that I might actually do what I've just said, just to put a thin strip, a proper grass down there. And I mean a thin strip, I'm not talking a lot. It's close. It is one of those where it's almost wide enough. I suppose what we could do though is that you could go the other way where you put a little bit of a fence in, just in that place, as like a deflector. Because it is true, no matter how much of a headland you put on, there's still going to be something where you pull out a little wide with something else. Well, you could still do it. So do you really do that, or do you just put a bit of fence in just as a sort of deflector just on this corner bit? I don't know that's not a bad idea. Could cause trouble with harvesters and things like that. Yeah, it's true. It's why I'm not a big fan of that. I know, I think Mr. CLP did it on some of his Horbella. He did a beautiful farmyard, but yeah, I thought that's a nightmare to work with. With the, you know, the farming simulator being what it is. Right. Yeah, it's almost level pegging actually. The manure and the slurry together, about the same, almost the same to within half a ton. So that is quite amazing. I do love this, that we're actually, you know, properly doing this. This is my idea initially, you know, like you've got to do this yourself, otherwise it can get silly. The same as I don't think I'm ever going to enhance the production shed, because its cycles and storage limits seem good enough that is the limit. I don't want to go beyond that. Whereas a lot of the things, the cycles are, well, they're not poor. The Lorts, I often upgrade that because it is about like almost like base game. It's like the Lorts taking a lot of the things like clothing and things like that. They're about the same as the base game things, maybe slightly more, but not a lot. I like that. But yeah, if you want to feature, you've got 700 sheep like on Riverside, then obviously you really want to ramp up the production of your the clothes side of things, and yeah, making the cloth as well, definitely. Right, smashing. So that's, we've done, no, we haven't done everything. You remember, across the road. Also, we do need another tractor. In fact, we need the very thing that you've stuck straw in. It's true, we do. Okay, well, we're going to have to go baler then, aren't we? We could really do with a mixing wagon. We always said that. No, that's messy. I really wanted to keep the silos for their authenticity, you know, and it was what the map maker left. But this is where it becomes a bit of a problem. I know what we can do. Yeah, I know it does go against the grain a little bit, but it's the only thing I can think of, and that's to stick the straw in at the BGA, because we do need it. I'd forgotten about that. Obviously, its primary purpose is for grabbing grass. Yeah. And it's not like we're doing it for the money. Like, it's a crafty way of earning extra cash. It really is just a way of processing this. We bought some straw in, and the farmer was a bit daft, basically, and he's we'll switch this on for a day. Yeah, I wouldn't do this on purpose either. It really is a matter of... So, silage, not yet. Straw, yes. And the one thing I do love about the straw recipe is the fact that it does do a lot of digestate from it. Yeah, it's 100... I'll show you. Yeah, straw is 80 energy. Not much energy, but there's 50 and there's 120. Whereas silage is... Yeah, it's awful for the energy. I always have said that. It was which is why I liked the conversion from that to silage. Yeah, straw silage, because it's a much better recipe. And actually, yeah, I suppose in comparison to straw, that's not bad. But the energy in as well, even the methane's better. Wow, okay, so there you go. There are some good things about it. You get more methane from it. Right, let's get that windrower going, and we're going to literally be hot on his tail. We'll shift the mower out of the way. And then, yeah. I think we should, it's definitely going to have been a long enough session then. I'm trying to focus a little bit better on more reasonable sort of timings on my sessions, because there were a couple of monsters. The one that I lost was a 2-hour plus session, and yeah, this is a little bit lifted around the edge. I'm hoping that these trees do get avoided. Right, let's see you going. Right, am I going to... No, it's one field. No, I'm not going to time lapse it. It's just not going to take us that long to do this, really. Well, unless, of course, that gets snagged on things. And, of course, that is why you do the headland setting, but yeah, it doesn't mean to say it won't. As we sort of showed on that other field, although that was because of it had put things down. The field level wasn't right because of the slurry pit. The manure pit. Oh wow, this is lumpy. I mean, really lumpy. Wow, it is. This is like an embankment. Yeah, I think this needs to be kept as grass. You might get away with it with mowers, but I'm not sure you would with a harvester. You'd have to... Well, you'd smooth it, wouldn't you, really? Or in real life, you'd get the earth-moving equipment and get it shifted for... Yeah, like that, wouldn't you, really? Sorry, intense concentration on the turns. Yeah, it says 126 horsepower, isn't it? It's... Yeah, that hilly bit was defeating it a little then. Right, let's do this. That'll have finished by the time we get back. Yeah, it is. These are really big embankments leading up to the road. Of course, such things do really exist. I'm going to say. What are you going to do with this? I'm sure I've stuck but I'm not sure if it works. I think it might be precision farming linked. I've got the bunker silo utilities and that, where you're supposed to be able to reopen, but I did notice you can't. I couldn't reopen it. think it's got to be precision farming. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's precision farming ready, and also, yeah, we're sillily. I know why we did it, but we've sort of like followed. I think we're not going to be able to do that till tomorrow morning because I've gone and daftly stuck this a lot. Oh no, I haven't. I've only got 15 tons. That's true. That should do in the morning. So we're going to leave that grass on the field. I've got no option. I've been silly. I didn't think that through very well at all. You get used to your processes and you think, yeah, let's do that, and then you go and make a silly mistake. And there was nowhere to stick it, so we will sleep through till the morning, and we will. 8 o'clock. Yes. We should check the sales over the paper, and then we should crack on and finish that off. And we are getting close to harvesting time now for some of our crops. Is this June or was it May? June, it is June, I thought so. All my life, 448,000. Never did I dream we would be getting set. Oh, I think we will. This suit again. This is what we were talking about. I did think about this, and I thought about buying this for the forage harvest because it's perfect for this type of map. So do you know something? We will. That is not brown. That's brown and green. Please tell me that everybody agrees that that is not brown. It's definitely green. I am not colourblind. And that's definitely green too. And that's brown and green. We'll stick to standard. Right, we also need to buy the headers for that though, if we're going to do that. I presume we are... Yeah, we're not... We'll do a cornfield, we will. So we want half forage harvested headers. Yeah, we're going to have to do that now. It makes... Now I've got to remember, it's a long time since I've used this. That's the straw one. They both show us, yeah. I hope it's that one. I mean, it's showing us that. Right. I can't remember. I would think it's that one. But they both read the same, but also that's got grass as well. So I'm not sure whether this does chaff or whether that's the chaff one and that's why it's smaller. I get a feeling it's that, but my gut tells me that that is the truth, what I've just said. Right, anyway, let's open the... I know, we'll do that next session. We're going to open the bunker silo and we're going to literally grab that and then we'll stick the new grass into it. Yeah, and then also I would imagine... Yeah, we will open the silo. I would imagine this is second growth stage now. So cut next month. Or do we cut that June, July? June, July, August, September. We could do the last cut in September then. Yeah, if we cut everything one more time, next session we cut all of the grass, even no matter what stage it's in. Then the stage after it's all going to be the same and we're going to have one more cut in September. That's not a bad idea. This is second growth stage 2. And obviously across the road where we've just cut and we've not even grabbed it off the road, that is only going to be first growth stage. Yeah, and we've still got the grass to pick up, so... Which of course that doesn't matter. Although I think I will still pick it up for realism, like before we crack on. Well, the windrow didn't get snarled on anything, that's the important thing. But I do think having the front lifter by Pepe the farmer didn't like that, which he always used to. So again, there's been some sort of adaptation now that means this can't have that front lifter on, which is a bit of a shame. Wow, that is a bit of a hummock in the middle of that field. Right, fantastic. And that is where we're going to leave this session. A busy session up to 440. Did I check the sales? I don't think I did. Oh, I did. It just bought the 4 tree plonker. Yeah, I did. It's true. And the header. yeah, short-term memory, terrible, really is. Right, so next session we are going to empty the silo and stick the new grass in and do some, yeah, we're going to literally refill the silo, but with this time with a little bit more grass. I would imagine we will top 100 tons, which we know this can cope with because we did it with that double cut we did a few months back. So yeah, we're doing well. And yeah, we're going to feed the animals on that. I think that's probably a sensible thing to do, and we'll set that going on that, and that going on that, and we should do that next session. We should, yeah, do the important thing is we've fed the animals. That's the really important thing. The water, luckily we've got that water trough over there that's like the English farmers, where it's got a ball cock and it fills itself, which I think is fantastic. So wow, yeah, that's all that really matters. Yeah, soon we should be getting some milk. Yeah, back end. For now, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you stick with me on this. I love this little farm. It is fantastic. It really is. I'm going to say goodbye for now.